Hey there. If you're watching this, then you probably already saw my Godzilla iceberg. And speaking of that, thank you all so much for the love and support you've been giving that video.
What in the goddamn?
It's like genuinely blown me away to see the, not just the amount of views, but just the amount of just positive feedback and constructive criticism I've been getting. So really just thank you guys. I hope I can keep making some good content for you guys to enjoy. And just talking about that video, now, I really liked how that video turned out, but I'll admit, it wasn't perfect, so I decided to make this supplemental video to further explain why I love Godzilla. It's like DLC, but for video. Now, my love for Godzilla definitely came from my love of dinosaurs and monsters. Like I said in the iceberg, the first Godzilla movie I ever saw was
Godzilla Final Wars.
And it was a goofy, fun, action-packed adventure that just instantly won me over. And so, I began my quest. My journey to see everything that this series had to offer. I've seen it all. The interconnected Heisei era, the zany Showa era, and I straight up pirated the Millennium era. Okay, I was 8. I didn't know freemovies.com was doing a big bad. I didn't know what piracy was. If anything, this kind of showed that yes, I was willing to download a car. And needless to say, I was hooked on the Godzilla series. And after watching every single one I could get my grubby little hands on, I wanted more. But Final Wars came out in 2004, and Toho has long since said, yeah, tough luck, Chuckle Nuts, see you in 10 years maybe. And that shattered my whole world. But in the series' absence, I was basically enabled to go off and really explore what the franchise had to offer. There were the comics, the angry video game nerd, the death battle, where he fought a big-ass turtle, and, you know, he's also cool, but, you know, little me just wanted to see Godzilla spill some blood. And you know, I binged the animated series front to back, not you. And in the years leading up to 2014, I watched and rewatched every Godzilla movie I could find. And like, really rewatching that one part of Always Sunset on 3rd Street. I've never seen the movie, but you know, I'd always Google that and just be like, oh my god, Godzilla, he's coming back, you guys, I swear, it's happening. And then, it happened. In his 10-year hiatus, the first teaser for the big man, the build-up, the smoke, the bug that, like, never really showed up in the movie. Like, what's going on with that? And finally, the roar. I still get goosebumps after watching that. And back in the day, I would only really watch the Godzilla films purely for the fun, action, and baby Godzilla, because he's cute. Look at him. But once I saw Godzilla 2014, something changed. The film kinda had a message? What? Despite our advances, nature is an unstoppable course corrector that'll push back harder than we can often take? What? And then I went back to the other films. And you know what? It kept happening. Giant monsters all out attack. Talking about the repression of national history. The original film talked about the trauma of war. And Megalon was there too. From this reflection, I learned something about myself, and about Godzilla, and that is, Godzilla is still pretty cool. He's for the cool kids. Godzilla sits at the cool kids table. He smokes in the bathroom, because he's cool. Oh shit, the teacher walked in. Oh god damn it, son of a bitch. We're not doing anything, Miss Jensen. And Godzilla really does check out all my boxes. The films are fun to watch. They often have a deeper story that just uses Godzilla as a symbolic driving force, and looks really cool over heavy metal music. Fuck yeah, this was my childhood. I cannot express how much I love this giant, definitely gonna give me cancer if I give a hug man. And there really is no wrong way of enjoying Godzilla, but there are some people that will tell you otherwise. Nowadays, you have thousands of videos explaining why you liking the Monsterverse is worse than spitting up on the Pope. Seriously, you got people who act like every single entry of the franchise is an unrivaled masterpiece that America just cannot do justice. And like, dude, Have you met Ebra? Like, I'm not a big fan of the Showa era, but I'm not gonna say that it doesn't have anything of value. I mean, where would society be if we didn't have Baragon? Just tell me where. Anyone telling you that you are enjoying Godzilla the wrong way, they're doing it wrong. You got people going, I have only seen Shin and -1, you fake fan pissant. These are the same people who say the best Godzilla is only the ones that are grounded in deep. That's the only ones you should enjoy. And having it both ways is just not possible. And it's 2024, and the fuck we can't, it's happening right now. You can have a Godzilla film that has a lot more deeper storytelling, and another one that's just about dumb fun. I grew up with dumb fun, and just grew to appreciate the deeper storytelling. That's just how it went for me. You can have a Godzilla story that is both deep and action-packed. We have seen this nowadays, and honestly, you can still have it both ways. And you're honestly doing yourself a disservice if you're restricting yourself one way or the other. And that is truly why I love Godzilla. He's got a Swiss Army knife of a film catalog. You're bound to find something that suits you best, but that doesn't mean that you should knock everything else before you give it a shot. Where would I be if I didn't see Jet Jaguar and this kid and his two dads? I mean, no way that's not his two dads, right? I wasn't paying that close attention. I was marbled by this. And if you're new to the franchise, let me give you some recommendations just to get you started. In no particular order, I would check out Giant Monsters All Attack. It's a very different, sort of mystical take on Godzilla that I really appreciate. And its director was the same guy behind the Gamera trilogy. Godzilla 2014, this was the one that broke Godzilla's whole hiatus. It has a very special place in my heart. I think it's a great reintroduction of the character worldwide. It can be a bit slow here and there, but once Godzilla's on screen and the film starts to really pick up, it's worth the watch. Plus, I just love the sound design of this film. Just that the Muto clicking and Godzilla's little rumblies. That's just I don't know how to describe that. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. If you want a true classic take on Godzilla, this is the one I'd recommend. It's just old school suitmation using one of the best Godzilla designs and one of the best King Ghidorah designs in my opinion.
Godzilla Final Wars.
Okay, I'm being completely biased. Actually, this whole list is me being completely biased. But this one, being the first Godzilla film I ever saw, it's a perfect summary of what you're in for if you just want big fun monster brawls. Plus, it's got the Chad Gigan, if you ask me. I'm not edgy. It's not a phase. Get out of my room, Mom. Shin Godzilla. Now, I love this film mainly because it's such a refreshing take on Godzilla. Where before he is a giant monster, you kind of forget that Godzilla's a fucking mutant, and this film really does highlight that effect, that he is this true abomination that is raining down all kinds of horrific catastrophe onto man. It's sort of a return to Godzilla's original form as this symbolic representation of nuclear disasters, which I love it. Also, the music's super pretty. I know it's breaking my personal code of ethics, but I could eat the sheet music, man. Godzilla vs. Megalon. Okay, I know I said I didn't like the Showa era that much, but how am I supposed to live my life not seeing Jet Jaguar just fucking do a little predator handshake with Godzilla, right? Just a little Trump kick, that's pretty obvious. -1, whenever it comes out to digital, because Jesus Christ, I fucking saw it twice. I saw it once in color and the second time in black and white. This movie's so pretty. Look, I could also eat the music for this one. And obviously, the original 54 film, just to appreciate the starting point for what would become a global icon. If you want a fun, action-packed, and surprisingly deep series to get into, I could not recommend Godzilla enough. And honestly, it's a true pleasure to see so many people feel the same way. Thanks for sitting through the video where I more actively jerk off the Godzilla series. The next video will not be about Godzilla, I swear, but it will still have a radioactive element. So keep your eye out and stick around. See you next time.
I love those days.